little quick update, folks. Here I'm in the greenhouse in the garden. I'm just setting up the Vitopods. I've got the first tray in here. Not sure if I mentioned the video before. I've put a slab of this. It's insulation, what we used for laminate flooring. It's only about 4mm thick, but to say it'll insulate the bottom of the base and stop it sinking through the slats. So I'm going to crack on now, get these set up, and I'll bring you back. I've got the pods in now with the insulation slab on. Just want to mention something. There's the two controllers there. That's the temperature probe there. There's a bit of controversy about this. Normally I always stick this in the soil when I've had my sandbox and use that as where the senses the temperature. But speaking to the guys at Greenhouse Sensation, they suggest using it as an air temperature probe. So what I've done there, I've got a bit of horticultural wire. I'll just show what I've done on this one. I've actually bound it to the wire with a bit of a electrical tape, the yellow tape. And when I put that inside, that allows me then to create a 90-degree right angle to push the probe, so it's well into the propagator, so it's not touching the sides. I'll just show you what I mean. It's easier to show you than describe it. I think this might show it a little bit better. So the wire lets it bend out at 90 degrees well into the middle of the propagator. Those little sucker holders there, that doesn't come with the Vitopod. It's something I picked up, and someone left a comment. It's them like Christmas hangers or something for fairy lights. Can't remember when I bought them or where from, but if I see any more I'll pick them up. Could be very, very useful. We had an unexpected snow flurry this morning. 3 or 4 hours it did come down. It's gone a bit lighter now at the moment. I was going to take my drone up, but I'm not sure how the electronics will stand up in this damp weather, so we'll take the camcorder out of the allotment. Well, this come down unexpected. It's only been 3 or 4 hours. Looks like it's here for the day. Luckily, I've been able to get our veg for our lunch today. This is a bucket of sour palmettos, harvested from the tub, this container. Now, if these had been in the ground, I'd have been snookered. I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's out of the 30-litre tub. The other thing I've just got to go with it is a few more sprouts and this parsnip. Well, the game plan was to go and sow some leeks in the greenhouse, but I'm absolutely freezing cold here. This is now fun gardening, so we'll try again tomorrow. Well folks, we had another layer of snow last night, as you can see. I do like the snow covering, it does make things look pretty. I have filled me bird feeders up this morning. You can see from the roof of the greenhouse there how thick the snow is on. I'll brush that off I think because it does block quite a lot of light out. Well, the big plan was to move the seedlings from out of the house into here, pot them on and put them into the propagator. I have put capillary mat in the bottom, give it a little damping down, but unfortunately overnight that has frozen because it went down to -4. These Vitopods are advertised of having a step change of 12 degrees. What that basically means is whatever the ambient temperature is, it can raise it a further 12 degrees. So with last night being -4, in effect we just have a net temperature of 8 degrees, which I think is a bit cool for seedlings that have just been potted on. So I'm going to leave it a little bit, maybe tomorrow I'll have a look, although looking at the seedlings in the house, they're starting to get a little bit leggy, so the sooner I can pot them on the better. In the meantime, I'm going to pop into the greenhouse on the allotment and sow a few leeks. Well, welcome back folks to another session of viewers' questions. And firstly, I'd like to say a big thank you for the positive feedback that I got by including it in a couple of videos ago, I think it was. I wasn't really sure how well it got down, but apparently you liked it. So I won't be doing one every video that I upload. It's just that when I get a question or a query which I think may benefit other subscribers, I'll include it in the next following episode. Anyway, it's been most noticeable, especially on the channel's comments and that, is since the turn of this year, there's been quite a lot of comments about people outside of mainland UK obtaining seeds, and that's primarily from the British seed companies. I've got a couple of questions here. The first one is from Patrick Freeman. He says, "Hi Nigel, just got this email from DT Brown. Guess I'll have to find another supplier locally in Belfast." And basically what they've happened, they've cancelled his order, and the reason being about the delivery policy. Unfortunately, we can no longer supply any products to Northern Ireland or Europe, including seed and seed potatoes. This is in response to changes caused by the EU departure and the introduction of phytosanitary standards, as well as the likelihood of additional customs checks requirements and the cost associated with them. And I had another similar one on the same day from Ballasilian Allotment Man, and he replied, "Hi Nigel, just a question. I have always bought my seeds and plants from DT Brown for many years, but this year they have cancelled my order because of the European departure. They couldn't send to Northern Ireland. I was just wondering if they will ever be able to resume their service to us, because I rate them as one of the best suppliers I've ever dealt with." And so what I did then, I sent out an email to what I'll call the big UK seed companies. Now I know there are really good independent smaller companies, and I would assume this overseas trading is going to affect them even more because of cost involved. But I did send emails out to, actually you'd be surprised of the seed companies we know, most likely the one you use is owned by somebody else. So take Mr. Fothergill's for instance, they actually control the operations of DT Brown and also Johnson Seeds. And then you got Westlands, which is the compost people. They are Marshalls, who then control Unwins. Then Thomson Morgan, they also include Sutton Seeds, Dobbies, that's not included in the Garden Centre, it's DOBIES, and also the organic catalogue. So I sent a flyer out to those inquiring what their intentions was, and more or less it was all come back the same, saying regardless of what's happening at the moment, they've ceased trading because of the requirements. The only company I could find which had still got a willing to send abroad was King Seeds. Now I went online and I ordered some seeds, but shortly after that I went back onto the website and there's a notice on there, I'm not sure if it's still on now, they're saying that they've suspended all online orders and also all telephone orders, but the reason being is due to COVID restrictions and lack of staff, and their current delivery time is between 2 and 3 weeks. So what's going to happen in the future, I don't know, but if we hear any more, I'll keep you posted. Right, let's get back in the greenhouse. Right, to put my mind at rest, what I've done, I've set the greenhouse thermometer, reset it so it'll record the temperature from now. And on these Vitopods, what I'm going to do is set the temperature to 15, and I'll just check that first thing in the morning, see what it is, see how much it has held around the actual temperature itself. So the variety of leek that I'm going to be sowing is my usual favourite, Musselburgh. And normally I sow these into the polystyrene boxes, the fish boxes, but there's a reason I'm not doing it this year. Yeah, I'll show it in a minute. This is the polystyrene box I was referring to, is this, and if you look, you can see some leeks there, and say for end of January they look a decent size, but the story behind these is those leeks are 12 months old. So that polystyrene box you saw there, I would say, I'd have to check the date, but then coming up to a year old, might be in February that I sowed them, I don't know. But they were sown in Clover multi-purpose compost. Usual brand of leeks, Musselburgh, half a packet, as I've just done before. And as soon as they germinated, I knew something wasn't quite right. They broke the surface, got up to about 5 millimetres high, then they seemed to have stopped. As I look at it, 2 other reputable YouTubers had exactly the same issue with Clover multi-purpose compost. So I made contact with Clover. It was just at the time people started getting furloughed, and the guy who's based in the UK, he was actually off work, but he was very kind enough to speak to me, although he wouldn't commit to what he thought was the reason, because he obviously wasn't work, which is it's understandable. But I managed to speak to the rep in Ireland, told him the situation, and he assured me that nothing was wrong. So I got the other remaining half packet. I got another box, sowed them in a different brand compost. They germinated, continued growing, and they ended up planting them out in the bed. So I'll leave you to make your own mind up who was at fault. Personally, I think the compost was lacking in nutrients. This is normal, I think it's a rose pot or something. What you want is something with a bit of depth in it to get the roots down. So I usually do 2 sowings of leeks, one about now and the other one probably end of April, early May. I'll sow another batch. What I've done basically is split the packet in half, and I've got the seeds here, just normal allium seeds, the dark black things. I can't find me little bit of card, so I'm using this little old seed sower here I've got knocking around. And all I'm going to do is just gently broadcast the seeds in the pot evenly as possible. And once we've done that, we'll cover them with a bit of vermiculite. I have actually pre-watered these, well sprayed them with an aerosol bottle, like, just to make sure that the seeds do contact with damp soil. Have we done enough there? I might as well finish the lot off now we've started. So there we have it. All I've got to do now is give them a light dusting with vermiculite. Now, because of the cool temperatures we've been having at night, say it's been -3, -4. Normally I'd leave these in the greenhouse, or I'd put them in the cold frame, let them pick up there, but because it's cold I'm going to take these indoors. I'll keep my eye on them. As soon as I start poking their heads up, I'll bring them back into the greenhouse. Right, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to go back in and have a look at the seedlings, see what I can do about them, best save them. Hopefully, say, get them in the propagator tomorrow. So, until next time, many thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon. All the best. Bye for now.